Welcome back to the Core Cars News Tech Lab. We got some breaking news happening. Comcast has made it official. They're spinning off and getting rid, off their books at least, MSNBC, CNBC, USA Network, and other cable networks that they own. They're keeping a few key pieces though. We'll break down everything happening here and why is Comcast suddenly wanting out of the cable network business for the most part. Cord cutting has a big part of it, but there's a lot more to it than that. First though, hey, if you want to learn more about this story, I'll put a link to our story breaking down everything you need to know about it in the show notes and in the first pinned comment down below so you can read it for yourself. If you like what we do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up, doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so they recommend our videos to more people. All right, late last night, Wall Street Journal and several news organizations reported that this was going to happen, and about 8 a.m. Eastern, Comcast made it officially releasing that they are spinning off the USA Network, Sci-Fi, MSNBC, and CNBC into an independent company. Now, this will be a publicly traded company. It's going to take about a year to completely separate them. Comcast will retain, of course, its local NBC stations, its NBC Network, and Bravo. For some reason, it sees Bravo as one of the key pieces. It says it fits well with its strategy. Peacock will remain with Comcast Main. I think this is much like what AT&T did with DirecTV. They saw this as a dead weight on their books as they don't like the future going forward. We've talked a lot about the ad apocalypse, we'll call it. That's a popular term for when this happens. The drop in ad revenue we've been seeing, that now that the political season's over, is only going to get worse now that we don't have all the political ads. I'm happy they're gone, but for cable networks, that's a huge source of their revenue. Comcast sat on these until the end of that season and now is dumping the networks. I suspect this is not all they're going to be doing. Would not be surprised to see some layoffs come to these networks as part of all this, or even one or two of these be sold off. Now with this independent company will be completely run by Comcast staff. The CEO and all that is going to maintain control of both companies. And it's basically just separating this off of their books. This allows Comcast to keep the more profitable parts on their main books and spin this off into a separate one. Now, AT&T's deal with DirecTV was a little different. DirecTV was a privately held company, a joint venture with a private investment firm. Who knows, they could still do a private investment deal and get some outside split part ownership in these cable networks. For now, though, it just seems that Comcast wants these off their books as, let's be honest, the future of cable networks is not what it once was. It's interesting, though, that their two main news networks, CNBC and MSNBC, are being sold off. Wasn't that long ago that these were seen as shining lights in the world of cable. Recently, though, the increased drop in viewership has led to these becoming less popular, including growing new news sources from social media to YouTube to websites gaining in popularity, replacing the once completely dominant cable news networks. Overall, this will take a year. It's not one of those things that happens instantaneously. You're probably not going to notice a big change, though I do expect layoffs as part of this. We'll keep a close eye on that. In the long run, I suspect other companies will be doing this. I've said this before. Many of these cable networks are just not watched anymore, anything near what they used to be. Why keep them around? Why watch reruns on a MTV2 when you can go to Paramount Plus or Peacock or Max for Warner Bros. Discovery and watch everything then, when you want it, what you want, and how you want it? And I think that's really impacting a lot of these networks. USA Network has been kind of transitioned a little bit into a sports network. You'll be interesting to see what happens. A lot of the sporting events that used to be on the NBC Sports Network that shut down moved to the USA Network. What's going to happen? I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of that move over to Peacock, with some of it remain, but them having to pay a license to NBC. MSNBC is going to have a similar problem. A lot of their news organization and sourcing comes from NBC News. They're either going to lose that or they're going to have to start paying Comcast for the rights to those NBC local news reports and the like. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on this, but this is a big moment. It doesn't sound like much, sounds like a business move, but I view this as a big vote of no confidence in the future of cable TV and cable networks in particular. We'll keep a close eye on this, but leave me a comment, let me know. How much longer do you think some of these cable networks have? I would not be surprised to see in the next few years, we see several cable networks, especially smaller ones, shut down, but maybe a few ones that would surprise you. Leave me a comment, let me know. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Check back tomorrow for our Core Content Today. And as always, when breaking news happens, we'll be right back here bringing it to you.